All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. As you guys can see, I am clearly not home. I am taking a short vacation in South Carolina. I just want to give you guys a quick update, have a quick conversation about my thoughts. Obviously, last video I talked about the delayed launch, and as of right now, I don't know. Obviously, they haven't given another date. They still haven't given another date. So um, I do believe that at this point, it's going to be one of those things to where we're just going to get a surprise email or surprise um, uh, announcement that, hey, they finally got a date when it's like a couple weeks away or something like that. But I did want to have a quick conversation about Holofuel. The reason this is very difficult because the reason why they're having such a hard time is because they're trying to have the Holofuel application or HAP onto Holochain, and it's giving them problems. And you guys have to. I want you guys to kind of imagine how difficult what they're doing is. Okay, so obviously Holofuel is going to be used to provide as a hosting power, right? You pay a host, a Holofuel, and they will provide you hosting power. Now, on a grand scheme of things, that look fairly easy, right? Like, okay, you just get one thing, get the other. But again, um, when it comes to finance, when it comes to just straight sheer numbers and how this operation will work, it's going to be extremely difficult. Let me, I'm going to go further into this because I want you guys to understand that while all of these things are happening, because Holofuel is um, the core, I should say, the first application that is going to be used for is for holo hosting. Now, it could be used for many other things as well. We just don't know yet. We do have a lot of companies waiting for Holochain, waiting for Holo to finish so that they can move forward with their own projects, such as Kazuna. If you look on their website, they're waiting for Holochain to finish. They're going to be Holochain is going to be at Zebu Live. I guess they're going to have some people have conversations with them. They're going to have like a little home couch there where you can have nice conversations with them. So if you're going to be in that area or if you're going to be there, have at it. There's not going to, so far as I know, there hasn't been anything holo related, holo chain or holo related close to Florida. So I would love to, visit one of the conferences or maybe see what they have to say, just to see things live. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track there. So going back to Holofuel, um, we you have to understand that they stated on their website that there's an algorithm, and man, I've stated this in the past and I'm gonna say it now. These things, when people say algorithm, they scare the living crap out of me. Why? Because so far people's algorithms or companies or whatever they're doing, their algorithms just keep getting thrown off, right? We're going to produce more if we have this amount of people, if this amount of hosting or this amount is going to be available. And with those things, there's just so many different variables. First variable, and this is one that I've mentioned before, and I'm going to say it again. At no point, see, we have to think about people who make a lot of money, or companies or organizations, or who are going to invest, and yes, I'm saying invest in Hollow Fuel. And some of them are already investing in hot, but let's just go into Hollow Fuel. Um, Even though there's an algorithm there where, well, there's only so much hosting, there's so many Hollow Fuel out because there's so many people hosting. Well, if the moment that Hollow Fuel reaches exchanges, now how is the algorithm going to work? Because if I'm a billionaire and I say, you know what, let me put in a couple $200 million in the hollow fuel. Now I have $200 million worth of hollow fuel, and now that algorithm is thrown off because uh-oh, 200 million of holofuel worth. I don't know how many holofuel, but 200, let's say $200 million worth of holofuel is now in this guy's hands, and he's just holding it, right? So what's to prevent them from doing that? Is there some kind of maximum measure of holofuel they can have? Obviously, exchanges have to have a certain, if they want to have holofuel on their exchanges, they're going to have what? A holofuel account, because in order for holofuel to be counted, they will have to have an account. And then obviously this is where I know that there's an attempt to make the value of holofuel and hot kind of go up and down and kind of equalize itself. And obviously that is the reason why people say, okay, well, I've earned my holofuel. Now I'm going to exchange that into hot because that is the only one that's going to be in the reserve. And that's wonderful. That's great. Again, a lot of people who are earning holofuel are going to be the ones to exchange back into hot. That is a given. That is going to happen. The issue that I have is that there are a lot of people who are not participating. They're going to have a holofuel account and they're not participating in holofuel. But what they're going to do is they're going to purchase or receive holofuel into their own accounts, right? And it could be a while before holofuel actually reaches exchanges because this is all complicated in the first place, which is another reason why I think that hot is going to maintain a higher value than holofuel early on. I don't know 10, 12 years from now. I have no idea. But I do know this much. If we have holofuel, sorry for the background noise, you guys. If we have holofuel at a certain level and we have millionaires and billionaires investing in holofuel, what is to prevent them from the price going erratic? And if that's the case, why not even just use hot? Which is an ERC20 token. It's not going to be as efficient because it can't run on, it's an ERC20 token. It is what it is. And so now you got those Ethereum fees. Well, Holofuel will work on micropayments. And I understand the reason why they're using Holofuel and not hot to make payments to those who are hosting. That makes perfect sense. However, I'm just thinking about how complicated the process is. And this is a gigantic step that they're going to have to do. If they are able to master or perfect the whatever the algorithm is and the process and the understanding, so people can understand exactly what's going on, it's going to be an excellent project. And everyone who has followed Holochain, who knows Holochain, even there are a lot of YouTubers out there who used to talk about Holochain, used to observe Holochain, used to talk about the technology, and now they're interested. They're everybody's watching Holo to see what they're going to do and can they deliver. And what's going to happen is that if this is just it, either they're going to be able to deliver or they're not. And how complicated this project is, I don't know how long it's going to take them to be able to deliver. I do know at this point they still have a lot of testing to do. They still have a lot of, I guess you say, mass testing. I don't know exactly what's happening in the background, but I do know this. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of people waiting patiently. There's a lot of businesses and companies and organizations who are tied to Holochain and Holo, and they're waiting patiently. They're saying, okay, man, we need this out. We need you to get it done. We need you to get it right. And there's a lot of impatience because once they started with the dates and stating what date is, in timelines, it's starting to get complicated. So, when is Holo going to be finished? We don't know. My guess, if you guys want my personal guess, I don't think it's going to be until January. And I know some of you guys are like, well, that aligns right along with when hot supposed to, when Bitcoin's supposed to take off. I'm just saying, that's my own personal opinion. Because right now, there's still a lot of questions dealing with Holofuel, right? There's still a lot of questions with Holohost. Oh, and by the way, please, 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 this is another thing. One of the other reasons why they are trying to make sure that this works great is because you're going to need a department, right, to make sure that Holofuel is working properly. What happens? They're trying to make sure that it works properly the first time, because if we have microtransactions and they're all over the place and it's not working great, there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems on all levels. And so they're trying to make sure that this works out, because guess what? As part of an organization, as part of a company, you need to have what? You have to have services, right? You have to have a proper tech services to make sure, oh, well, I have a problem with my Holoport. Well, okay, here's what you do, X, Y, and Z. And to be honest, when I put in a hot ticket, or when I used to put in a help desk ticket, man, these guys, I mean, it's like that. It's within 24 hours, but to me, that's great. Like, this is a product that's not even working yet, and they're making sure that our Holoports are working properly. So that's an excellent sign. Now, I want you guys to just pause on that and think about this. What happens at a grander level? What happens when we have so many people who are wanting to become involved, want to become holo hosts, wanting to earn Holofuel, all of these things, and it's not working properly? So they need to make sure that this works properly and at a scale, because the one thing you don't want to do is be another Solana. First off, they're not Solana in the first place, because they actually have a better tech and a better distributed ledger technology that they're running on. So they're already better than Solana, in my own personal opinion. But you don't want to go in there and say, okay, well, we got all these problems now, we're going to have to walk things back. Because once you start things, there's no walking back, right? It's going to be hard to walk back. And now we have problems on what fronts? We have problems on the financial front, right? Regulators are going to have issues and problems with it, and depending on what rules, laws, and regulations are happening, this causes problems all over the place. So I'm hoping that they finish. I know that they probably want to be finished before the holidays. I personally don't see it happening. I remember when Holochain, not Holo, they were doing a lot of tests and stuff like that, and then the holidays came up, and they're giving their people a break. I'm pretty sure that everyone, the Holochain team and the Holo team, are working hard in the background. I know that Matt Schutte is doing his very best to get the news out for Holochain. I know for Holo and Holochain, I know that there's a lot of excitement in the air on their front as far as promoting. But there's just a big, huge gap there of understanding how this process works, of understanding the difference between hot and hollow fuel. And all of these things are on websites. I've talked about it. I have videos on them. My videos might be painful, but hey, I try. But I do try to direct you guys in the right direction. I do try to point you guys in the right direction so that you can do your own research, right? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. It's my birthday month, and so I'm kind of excited about that and scared about that, midlife crisis type thing. But anyway, you guys, please, as I always say, do your own research, and last but not least, above all else, the world is getting crazy out there. Please don't let politics get between you and your friends and family. We're living life, we're breathing. We have so many things that we need to get done as far as the human race is concerned. We have a lot of problems in our life. Just stay safe out there, you guys. Please. Okay? All right. Thank you.